So basically, our goal was to create content for our first program about water purification, and we first focused on Tlatelolco in Jalisco, Mexico. And basically, we first focused on different types of commercial filters, which I'll talk about later, but some include like reverse osmosis. And we gathered all of our research into one document that I think we plan on putting on our website. It's very accessible and it's all pretty bite-sized information. It's pretty easy to follow along with. And then after the research phase, we went on to making video scripts, and that all went into making our final educational video. So as we approached this, we were assigned to do different filters. So some just include reverse osmosis, carbon activation, and UV purification. We like to kind of organize it in a way that's not too much to take in. Um, and then we first created templates. So our basic template looked like this. We divided our research into construction, uses, costs, pros and cons, and sources. And as we went on doing like each filter, we just identified information for each one, and we were able to compile all this information. And then now that this is like the age of AI, we were able to incorporate some aspects of it. So mainly for me, I don't know if it varies among like the other people here, but I used a lot of Google AI in ChatGPT. Very instantaneous. It was very simple without having me to go through several different sources. And it also provided some sources and links if I wanted to dig deeper into that concept. So that was really useful source for me to have. And then ChatGPT, very similar. I know there's a lot of different ChatGPT like similar applications, but I mostly use this one. Similar to the Google one, it helped me find sources, and it gave me a lot of condensed bullet points, and I was able to find information on water purification that I wasn't really able to beforehand. Um, and then ChatGPT was also really useful for helping with the video scripts, and that just really cut down on time, especially when we're kind of busy now. And then so for our meetings, we met once a week. It was very I would say very simple. We would discuss things like research. So in our research phase, we would talk about where we're at right now and maybe what filters we want to do. And then after that, we got into video editing. So there we discussed maybe what apps to use or how we're going to go about this. And then after that, after our first video was done, we worked on translations. So that was when we were taking everything from English to Spanish. And then we made sure after each meeting, we caught up with each other. And then we finally just set goals for the next meeting, and we try to hit these goals. And then on the actual video part, I use two main apps. So we have CapCut and what's it called? QuickTime Player. So these are two very free and accessible apps. The functions were pretty easy to use for a beginner. That is it. Thank you for listening. Really appreciate it.
What I mostly worked on was just translating. I researched some of the purification systems, and I did work mostly on just the translations, getting those all into Spanish, which I will later work on making those into videos like the one Angela just showed you. Instead of it being English, it's going to be in Spanish.
Great job. I'm glad for you.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and
Thank
have a
you.
nice rest of your night.